Welcome back. The Department of Forestry joined hands with the CIBC First Caribbean Bank to commemorate World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought 2021.
The 2021 Desertification and Drought Day, held on June 17th, focused on turning degraded land into healthy land. In an effort to restore ecosystem services and integrate the ecosystem management approach, the Department of Forestry, in collaboration with First Caribbean Bank (CIBC), held a tree planting event in Montcito. Assessments carried out by the Department of Forestry provided evidence of overutilization of resources for livelihoods in the area, which has the potential to result in a loss of resource base. The forest reserve was intentionally cleared for the production of charcoal and planting of agricultural crops. The activity saw the transplanting of approximately 300 trees with an eye toward combating deforestation. Country Manager of First Caribbean Bank CIBC St. Lucia, Nigel Olivier, says that this initiative comes at a fitting time as the bank celebrates its 100th year of banking in the Caribbean.
We wanted to have something that would be significant and long-lasting, and something that would contribute to keeping a greener space. And it sort of fitted well with the fact that we have branches throughout the region in all 16 territories. And as you know, a branch is also a part of a tree. And we thought that that would be a good thing to do. So we decided that let's do some tree planting. And so we've done that in all our territories, and today here in St. Lucia, and quite frankly, I think we're probably going to be the best, because I think we have a very special partnership in that today sort of fits in with what is happening as a country, and then overall with what we're doing as a bank.
The event saw many other national agencies and NGOs coming together in solidarity for the cause. Acting Chief Forestry Officer Alwyn Donnelly says the tree planting campaign also aims to help raise environmental awareness and shed light on the importance of its protection.
The activity here today would bring all those stakeholders, all our partners, to actually come and plant the tree. So they would actually take the tree and place it in the soil. It's not like we planting and they just come in and watch. No. They actually come in to plant, and that is also significant, because that kind of activity can be replicated, could be done in other places. They can come back in the next 3 to 6 months and see the progress of what their own work, their own labor. They could come back and see it, and in that way, when people are engaged, in that way, in doing the practical work themselves, sometimes there is greater value, that they place on the resources.
Mr. Donnelly encourages the public to continue to adhere to regulations put in place by the Department of Forestry, as the forest reserve and protected forest systems of the country are intended to perform essential functions such as safeguarding and regulating the island's water supply and preventing soil erosion and landslides. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antovic.
St. Lucia joined the rest of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States in celebrating OECS Day as it hosted a flag-raising ceremony on Friday in commemoration of its 40th anniversary. The activity, inclusive of an upcoming OECS Commissioners Roundtable, is geared toward raising awareness on the achievements and role of the OECS and its institutions and its impact on the lives of people in the region. Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Sarah Flood-Bobra, says while it is a process, St. Lucia remains committed to regional integration. She gives an example of that integration.
We recently welcomed news that the Commonwealth of Dominica had begun exporting vetiver grass to Antigua and Barbuda for propagation to supply the grass for green engineering soil, land amelioration, and rehabilitation solutions in the Cook's landfill, and training of young persons in vetiver handicraft as viable green business livelihoods. This type of movement is critical as we move forward towards sustainable solutions to development and capitalizing on intra-regional trade.
Also in attendance at the flag-raising ceremony was Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Honorable Dame Janice Pereira. The Chief Justice says the region should take the opportunity to reflect on the invaluable contributions of those who have made the OECS into the grouping that it is today.
We must not look back for too long, but rather use this moment to take stock of where we are, lest we lose sight of the journey ahead. In the next 40 years, may we commit to achieving stronger regional convergence. The last year has presented many challenges for the OECS, from the COVID-19 pandemic, which continues to impact our daily lives and economies, to the recent eruption of the La Soufrière volcano in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But as I often say, it is during our most difficult challenges that we uncover our collective resilience. This resilience will drive the continued growth and development of the OECS, keeping apace with the more developed regions of the globe. In this vein, we have seen and indeed felt the positive impact of the invaluable work undertaken by the OECS Commission. There is so much more that unites us than what divides us.
The OECS 40th anniversary celebrations is being held under the theme Onward with Regional Integration for Progress and Stability in the Eastern Caribbean. The Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, which establishes a holiday that commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S., has been signed by U.S. President Joe Biden. On the 19th of June, 1865, months after northern U.S. states defeated the South in a civil war fought over slavery, enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas were told they were free. The day became known as Juneteenth, a word created by joining the words June and 19th together. U.S. President Joe Biden said, quote, "I've only been president for several months, but I think this will go down for me as one of the greatest honors I will have had as president," end quote.
An historic moment acknowledging America's history. President Joe Biden establishing a national holiday to commemorate the end of slavery in the United States. And all in the presence of 94-year-old Opal Lee, the grandmother of Juneteenth.
How on earth am I supposed to express the joy? How am I supposed to express all the years that we've worked and to it come to fruition on the backs of so many people?
The significance of the occasion not lost on these new leaders.
I think this will go down for me as one of the greatest honors I will have had as president, not because I did it, you did it, Democrats and Republicans.
When we establish a national holiday, it makes an important statement. National holidays are something important. These are days when we as a nation have decided to stop and take stock, and often to acknowledge our history.
Juneteenth is a celebration of the freedom and empowerment of African Americans. Its origin is June 19, 1865. But on the back of the year that sparked the Black Lives Matter movement, it's clear there's still a mountain to climb in the ongoing fight for racial justice.
We've still got much work to do, and we see this as a great beginning to do something about the disparities in our country.
That report from the BBC. You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. When we return, the latest weather report.